Well, Mr. Harrison Jala is still with us in the studio. His title is a bit contentious, so would rather just go with sports journalist. But, you know, you were trying to tell us why it is so contentious to conduct elections into the leadership positions in Nigerian football in the country.
Yes, first of all, it's impunity. There's nothing that is contentious there. In the first instance, the NFF is a parastatal of government. And the statute that it has didn't say it should operate outside the laws where it is domiciled. It's all over. So when they begin to say that football matters don't go to court, you know, sometimes I begin to wonder.
You were talking about how NFF, sorry, just one moment, how
Yes.
NFF doesn't exist in law.
Yes.
You know, we know that there was this very big controversy over NFF and NFA,
Yes.
Nigeria Football Association and Nigeria Football Federation.
Yes.
But we thought that that was resolved, wasn't it?
Now, what I'm saying today, resolved in the sense that what we have today,
Yes.
by the way of an act of parliament, is the NFA.
Hasn't that been clarified?
Yes, exactly.
We know that the NFA doesn't exist anymore.
No. It's the same parastatal.
Just to be very, very clear,
It's the same parastatal.
You've said that you, of course, support the ban to essentially get the house in order.
Yes.
But just to be very categorical, you clearly do support Ambassador Chris Giwa's leadership.
Of course, he won the election.
Right.
He won the election, and the Supreme Court has confirmed that.
Now this is what I want to ask you. When we understand that FIFA has placed a ban on Ambassador Chris Giwa to the tune of about 10 years, when you say that a ban is somehow in the interest of the Nigerian Football Federation, in the interest of Nigeria, does that now mean that we're going to be out essentially 10 years along with Chris Giwa?
I'm not aware of any ban that was placed, you know, because in the first instance, he did elections. The elections were done. He won the elections. FIFA never supervised the elections here.
No, but certainly you banned Chris Giwa. I mean, this is world.
In the first instance, couldn't have banned Giwa if it is not part of the supervision of the elections. How did they get the report in the first instance? That's my question. How did they get the report? They were not here during the elections. Elections are internal matters. There's correspondence between FIFA and a lot of people in Nigeria. FIFA has said it severally that elections are internal matters, that they don't interfere.
What I want to understand is...
So elections cannot be done outside the laws of any federation that is affiliated to FIFA. That outside where that association is domiciled.
No, let's be very clear. If FIFA recognizes the Amaju Pinnick-led FIFA Executive Committee, and of course you do not, of course, believe that that is should be the recognized body, then why do you believe? Can you just make it very clear why you believe that a ban would serve the interest of Nigeria if FIFA has banned Chris Giwa and FIFA recognizes Amaju Pinnick, and we're looking at a 10-year ban? How does that serve Nigeria?
I am saying so because the internal institutions that run football, they are all in disarray. We have to put our house in order, put the regulations, the rules. As we speak today, we used to have 101 members in the General Assembly. It was reduced to 42. A lot of people are outside. So the crisis will continue. If you don't get those acts correctly, it will continue.
But what it appears to be is you're saying we need to get our house in order, we need to realign, etc. Now,
this is the opportunity to get that done.
Now, when you say realign, are you essentially just saying that FIFA and all stakeholders concerned should recognize Chris Giwa?
No, excuse me, FIFA and the federal government. FIFA and the federal government in 2010 crisis resolved that this is the way forward. This is here. So FIFA cannot come back again to say they are interfering in our internal affairs. So there are so many there are people, you see, a section of the media is misleading Nigerians. There is no place in the FIFA statutes that says those who are affiliated to that organization are bigger than the laws of their country. No, it's nothing like that.
Very quickly.
You must operate within the confines of the laws where you are domiciled.
Now let's look
That's exactly what the position of the minister is.
Okay, let's look at the implications now, as stipulated by FIFA, as it relates to the impending suspension that we're looking at, the NFF. if that goes through, you're talking about the suspension of all development programs, training programs, international friendly opportunities, sponsorship opportunities. How would that, over a long period of time, serve the interests of the Nigerian Football Federation and Nigeria?
Let me explain to you. The international competitions at the moment are distractions. You'll be graded by the quality of your domestic football. That's where you have anything to say. What we do presently, our people who migrated outside the country 20 years, we're bringing their children. The system here is not producing any players. This is a country that produced Sunday Olise, Stephen Kechi, Taribo West, Kano Wankwo, JJ Okosha. This is the league that produces.
And the solution is to shut it down with a ban?
You shut it down. You shut it down, first of all, and reorganize yourselves and come back. You dress up well in the house and go out.
But some people say that, for God's sake, they are saying that, you know, the elections are just in September. Why do we have to go through this before we eventually get our act together?
That's the point I'm raising. If the elections come, it will not even solve the problem. It will escalate the problem. Because you've not even resolved the issues that, that we had before this, and you are holding another elections. You are going to escalate it.
Let's quickly go to Lagos now. I understand that my colleagues have somebody else on the phone. Chamberlain?
Well, yes, indeed, and his name is Larry Kubenje. He's of the National Association of Nigerian Footballers. So when he heard Mr. Jala say he's the president, he has spoken to him previously, but let me get him to speak. Larry, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Mr. Chamberlain.
So could you go ahead and tell us, what is the current situation with the National Association of Nigerian Footballers?
Well, Chamberlain, it's very unfortunate that the man there at the studio, Mr. Alison Jala, the former president, is sitting there speaking to Nigerians as still president of Players Union. In fact, I would not like to go much into it because already he has dragged the matter to the Federal High Court, praying that the judge should declare him president. So a man that claims to be president, why going to the court asking for a declaration to be president? He has already relinquished power. After 26 years, nobody forced him. He didn't conduct any election.
I'm sorry, did you say 26 years?
26 years of being president of NFF. No election, nobody forced him. He called players together, saying he's done. That is, he's going to be signing over to Larry Kubenje, and I gladly took over from him, having served him for more than 15 years. All of a sudden, he resurrected again to say, no, he's coming back. But when the players were trying to embarrass him, he now ran to the Federal High Court. The matter is before Justice Idris, praying the High Court judge to declare him president.
Okay. So
if he were president, why is he asking the court to declare him president?
All right, so clearly there's a faction on that particular matter now. All right, so that aside, pending when the court determines what the real...
So you shouldn't entertain him as president of NAF, please.
Okay,